Hello everybody, good afternoon, welcome to the video. My name is Jason, this is Butterfly Square Garden, and this is Andrew Loomis's book, Fun with a Pencil, How Everybody Can Easily Learn How to Draw. This was supposed to be a live recording. I wanted to be doing this live, but for some reason, after I set everything up, the feed wasn't working. So, let's just jump right in. I want to read this book, but I also want you guys to read this book with me. Let's start by casting a circle. Do a little witchcraft on my hand. If you want to do a spell, cast a circle. And this is going to be important because the book pretty much only has you draw circles. Like, that's literally all you do. And the reason why I'm doing this is because it gives me power, and I want to focus and have a nice video. So anyways, this is a pentagram. It's supposed to represent the elements of fire, air, water, earth, and spirit. And it's just very basic. It's kind of a sigil, if you know what a sigil is. A sigil is the most basic unit of magic that you can really do. It's just a symbol that means something, and that's literally what it's all about. So, this is Andrew Loomis's book. This is my sketchbook. These are my, oh my goodness, mechanical colored pencils. If that's not the coolest thing you've ever seen, it's the coolest thing I've ever seen. I love my mechanical colored pencils. They're so awesome. And they're so pretty. Ugh, man. As an artist, when I see some good art supplies, like, boy, that gets me going. Do you guys love art supplies as much as I do? Like, when you see a fresh paint set, ugh, you want to use them. I know some people are just afraid. They're like, oh no, I don't want to mess up my good art supplies. Go ahead, get them messy. So, let's see. The last couple of pages in my sketchbook, you can see there's some faces. A Mickey Mouse. Where's a good one? Do. Yeah, it's going to be lots of circles, and it teaches you to draw faces like this. So, you know, this is Mr. Bluth, and we're going to learn about him. Opening the book. By the way, this is going to be like an hour-long class, just a heads up. So, fun with a pencil. Oh goodness, you can't see what I'm doing in the slightest. So, since I'm reading, I'm going to... Ugh, goodness, you can't see what I'm doing at all, can you? That's not the worst. I've seen worse. Fun with a pencil. Andrew Loomis, the famous... Ugh, we can get a little closer, can't we? That's better. I mean, hey, we're working together. Fun with a Pencil by Andrew Loomis. Andrew Loomis, a famous magazine story illustrator and teacher of drawing, here puts down in black and white a method which will teach anyone, no matter how awkward he is with his fingers, to draw, or her. It works. He has tried it on hundreds of people, and we now know that after a few hours' work, you can turn out a sketch or a caricature that will give pleasure and satisfaction. And you know what? If you want to draw, you might as well start with something that'll make you happy. Like, I don't want to tell you guys, oh, it'll take years and years of hard practice. Like, no, we want to draw today. That's why we have our pencils ready. So in this work, Mr. Loomis allows his skillful pencil to speak almost for itself. Hundreds of illustrations from the simplest squares, circles, and boxes to complicated and professional group scenes lead the reader almost without his knowing into a hitherto closed field of expression. So if you've got trouble expressing yourself, you better listen up because this will teach you how. In easy sentences, the artist explains the essential new step taken in each series of pictures, keeps his readers laughing at their own first clumsiness, and I gotta say, it's a really funny book. I love it. Encourages them to new efforts, prevents them from taking themselves or him or her too seriously, But the way to learn to draw is to start drawing. And this book is to read with paper and pencil at one side. So go get your paper and pencils, everybody. Pause the video if you have to. Clear and simple, step by step. We're going off camera. A clear and simple step-by-step course of study will enable almost anyone to learn to draw. Mr. Loomis has contributed a real service to the world of art instruction. And I gotta say, this is one of the best instructional books, other than Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain. But this is like, start here if you want to learn how to draw. So people say fun with the pencil is a lot of fun and at the same time a grand teaching method for art students. Try it. It is really an amazing book and a mine of fun. I guess it's a mine of fun. Is that an old saying? It's kind of an old book. So let's flip. Flippin'. And, oh goodness, we've got wires in the way. Also by Andrew Loomis, blah, blah, blah. We're not getting into that now. So, oh, that's why my book was in the way. Fun with a Pencil, boop, boo-doo-doo, by Andrew Loomis. Okay, so, dedicated, let's go a little higher now. Dedicated to everyone who loves a pencil. Look at Mr. Bluth kissing his pencil. Isn't he cute? My phone keeps unfocusing. Okay, so jumping in. Mr. Webster defines drawing as delineation. I looked it up. Delineation means like describing something accurately. It's like you're describing something or you're helping communicate. So that doesn't tell you much of how of a real bang there is in it. Maybe he never knew. Most folks love to draw even when they know little about it. It started with the caveman and still survives on the walls of public places because it's so much fun, so easy. It's a shame not to be able to do it better. So literally, like, drawing is one of the most human activities imaginable, other than running. Like, we ran first and we stood up straight, but going all the way back to cavemen, we were drawing on walls. So that's kind of interesting. Like, just thinking about that gives me goosebumps. If you want to feel human, pick up a pencil and start drawing. But the trick is you got to do it freely. Like, you can't be stressed about it. It's got to be fun. So, why this book? Because as a youngster, you probably scribbled on mother's woodwork and wallpaper, in your school books, and on the back fence. If you are not doing that still, you may be drawing fantastically on your desk pad or the telephone pad while conversing. Perhaps you draw on tablecloths. Somebody puts mustaches on the pretty girls of the elevated posters and even makes the girl on the magazine cover cross-eyed. Do you ever do that? Like give someone a mustache or glasses in the textbook? I drew in textbooks. Don't tell my teachers, but I like totally destroyed my textbooks. Where were we? I am convinced that the general public loves to draw. I do too. I think everyone loves to draw. All these things indicate a world of undeveloped talent. In fact, nearly all of us have the urge, but not the knowledge, which would give our ability a chance. So, if you're a person who feels like they want to draw, but they can't, pick up a pencil. And because, over a period of many years of practice in the professional fields, I have tried to find the simplest and most practical method of drawing for speed and accuracy with a minimum of error. And this is for real. Like, it's the fastest and most accurate way. But let's keep going. I find the difficulties I had to contend with are universal. So in searching for ways and means practical for my own work, I have developed a method surprisingly simple as well as accurate. My method has proven also practical even to the novice and to individuals who believed that they had no ability at all. Now I am convinced it can be safely placed before the general public with the assurance that the average person can easily learn to draw. While the book is intended only to develop drawing as a pastime, there may be many who will find in its contents a source of profit. So, if you want to make money, pick up a pencil. Because this is like a scientific method. It's proven, it works. Drawing, it's universal. If you want to build a house, you got to build the house the right way. It's like if you want to draw a drawing, you got to draw the right way. So if you know the right way, it's not scary anymore. All that you need to know to start this book is how to draw a circle. Remember, we talked about casting a circle. It's basic. You got to do it. You gotta draw circles. And it can be as lopsided as the family budget and still work out. I'm sorry for the flies. I left some cans out the other day, and I cleaned everything up, but the flies, ugh. I put traps out, but ignore them. So, we draw some circles. Don't start out with that old gag, I couldn't draw a straight line. Neither can I, freehand. If we need a straight line, we can use a ruler. Now, please try it just for fun. So, let me go up a little bit higher. And let's do it together. Opening my sketchbook. Ooh, his other book teaches you how to draw faces. Oh, look, that's how I started my book. Let's see, I'll flip ahead. Is there anything else I want to show you in my notebook? His other book teaches you how to draw faces, and it's all about like layering. Yeah, this is what his other book teaches you. I want to draw faces, but you got to do the planes of the face first. So I learned the planes. Okay, so I like a light blue, but I do have other colors. So to draw a circle, I'm going really fast. Try to go slow. And you can go round and round and round and round and go lightly. Go lightly and then go darker when you're committing to a line. So that's a circle. It's not a perfect circle. It's slightly lopsided, but you know, if you're following along with me, you know that that doesn't matter. So, howdy folks. Hello. Who are you? Who is this guy, everybody? Who am I? Oh, just one of Andy's little funny folk. But it's important. I'm important. Focus, camera. He gave me a job. I am the spirit of the book by Jiminy. Big nose and all. I represent all the blue in here. My right name would be Basic Form. But that's much too high sounding. He thinks that the name would scare you away. So he just calls me Professor Bluke. I thought it was Bluth. There's typos in this book. And let's let it go at that. Now, I've got a few interesting things to tell you. I'm excited. I love interesting things. What a cute little face. That's the spirit of the book, everybody. Books have spirits. That's pretty interesting. So, in a couple pages, we'll get into like more drawing, but we gotta read it together so we learn all the stuff. So, since Sandy cannot talk to you personally, he put me in here. I'm gonna get a little closer. I want you guys to read really good along with me. My mouth, I'm getting parched. I apologize. Give me 1 second to take a sip of water. Even if it takes us a year to get through this book, which it won't, because I'm going to be doing it an hour every single day. Every single day, at least an hour. But if you only want to draw for 5 minutes a day, that's totally cool too. So, since Andy cannot talk to you personally, he put me in here so we can really get together. It's tough on Andy, for that guy really loves to talk, especially shop talk. Now, this plan of action is based on the use of simple forms that are already known and familiar to you, and which you can certainly draw. From these simple, known forms, we build other forms, which without some constructive plan would be too complicated to draw. For instance, the top of the head or cranium is nearer to a ball in shape than anything else. So, we start with a ball. and add to it shapes we want. We thus arrive at the outlines that are needed instead of guessing at them. It literally takes the guesswork out of it, but it also takes the magic out of it a little bit, just a warning. But I don't miss not knowing how to draw, you know? Like that's dumb. I love knowing how to draw. So anyways, thus we arrive at the outlines that are needed instead of guessing at them. Only the most talented and experienced artist can draw at once the final outlines. And I can. I'm not that good. That procedure is most difficult and is the reason most people give up drawing. It's like, well, if you don't know how to draw, you're not going to draw well. So we need basic instruction, people, so keep watching. Sorry if I'm yelling too much. This was supposed to be ASMR. So anyways, I underlined this. What's it say? But knowing how to construct makes drawing simple and easy and a delightful pastime to anybody. So, by building preliminary shapes and developing the outlines on them, we know where to draw our real lines, which comes at the end. There is hardly anything that cannot first be constructed by the use of simple forms. Um, so you know when you see animators and like Disney people drawing and they have all of these construction lines and then they ink it in and it's like, oh my God, that's so cool. I love those mysterious construction lines. That's what, you know, your drawings are going to be exactly the same. So, what's this? The top of the head is a ball. That's Mr. Bluke or Bluth. I don't know his name yet. And that's him. We're all going to be able to draw him over and over and over. Like, get ready to draw him so many times, guys. But it's fun. So, Santa had a belly like a bowl full of jelly. Ho, ho, ho. Now that was a real observation. We know just what it must have looked like. In fact, we can see it shaking. That's him over here. Santa with his jelly belly. Um, yes. So now the idea is to draw the bowl before the belly. If the observation is correct, it ought to be a simple matter to make it fairly convincing as an abdomen for Old Nick. Of course, we will cover it with his coat and pants, but we'll be pretty sure that the pants don't spoil the big idea. I picked on Santa because he'll never complain that I'm being too personal over his appearance. That's funny. Sorry, Santa. I guess you don't mind. I just as well have I might just as well have chosen your next door neighbor. His lunch basket may be equally rotund. That's a great word, rotund. And shake some too. My neighbors don't have bellies. But form is like every form is like some simpler form with this or that variation and with pieces added on. Ooh, more underlines. The simplest forms that we know are the sphere, the cube, and the egg. So get ready to draw those a bunch of times. Before we could walk, we recognized the sphere in Dad's new golf balls. Ooh, so I said running was basic, but apparently seeing is even more basic. And drawing is all about seeing. The cubes were in the sugar bowl. As for the eggs, well, the nicest ones were Easter eggs. That's the nice concept. I say, draw a line. You cannot just know what I mean. A straight line, a curved line, a jagged line, a wiggly line. There are 1,000 kinds of lines. Be more specific. If I say draw a ball, a cube, or an egg, a cylinder, a pyramid, a cone, a rectangular block, in each case, the image you get is perfect. You know exactly what I mean. Instead of line, we shall think in terms of concrete and tangible form, and proceed as if we were handling lumps of clay. Drawing is very textile. It's all about feel and touch. So, you can appreciate the value of such a method, for you know the fundamentals even before you start. They are obvious to anybody. If you never saw a ball, you should quit right now. So, sorry, I guess if you're an alien, don't draw. If you proceed to build all sorts of shapes out of simpler ones, it is amazing what you can do with them, and how accurate and solid the resulting drawings will appear. The surprising part is that when the construction lines are erased, which I don't erase them, but maybe you want to one day, very few could guess how it had been done. Your drawing appears as complicated and difficult to the other fellow as mine may seem to you now. It takes on a look of professional workmanship, which indeed it has, since the professional artist has by some method had to construct his work to make it professional. And I used to think that measuring and constructing was like the worst thing, but it's like really it's not. Like when you're playing guitar, you think playing chords are like, "Oh my god, my fingers, I can never figure it out. I should give up." But then after you do it for a while, it's like there's a muscle memory. Drawing is very very similar. So if you will give the following pages even your amused attention, I am satisfied you will find much that will surprise you in the way of ability that perhaps you heretofore never guessed you had. So, if it absorbs your interest, I want to get it all on screen. There we go. Underlined, important. If it absorbs your interest, you may find yourself clever enough to amaze those about you. Just now, take my word for it that the method is simple, practical, and I believe possible for anyone to follow. So I really want to inspire you guys. Like, drawing is so fun. It's so easy to learn. Look at this Santa Claus. Like, you know when you're watching a cartoon or a movie, like say your favorite Disney thing, that special feeling you can get from drawing. Like, that's the whole point. So, let's flip. Okay. Take a look at this page. A circle is a flat disk. If you draw the inside contours, it becomes a solid ball. So, circle, ball, easy. With a third dimension, we shall build other forms like lumps of clay onto this solidity. The construction will be erased, but the solid appearance will remain, giving form to the appearance of reality. So, before moving on, I want to draw. Okay, focus, focus. That's better. And I had my book right in my lap. How many of these do I want to do? Let's draw a couple circles. One circle here, and another circle here, and another circle here. Again, you guys can go round and round and round, but I'm kind of cut for time. And I've practiced these so many times, so I highly recommend to do everything in the book. Like, don't skip around. So, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 circles. So, maybe I'll make some a little smaller. Here's another circle. Here's another circle. Here's another circle. Yeah, practice your circles, everybody. And we've got a 1, and we've got a 2, and this one has like a little thing on it, like that. Do 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 do. Yeah, it's got like he teaches you how to make balls look round. I'm just going down the line if you're following what I'm doing. This one looks a little trickier. Do 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 do. In his other books, he teaches you how to do like real figure drawing. And after I finish this book, I'm gonna start the next one. I forget what it's called. It's right over there. Oh, it's so hot here, everybody. Okay, I just did that one. And you can go around and make these darker once you're more sure, that that's where the lines go. This is the ball. Let's keep going. Now I'm drawing this one. Are you guys drawing them too? Because, I mean, you can watch this video just to hear the sound of my voice, but if you actually want to learn how to draw, like, seriously, pause the video if you have to. And like give it your best shot. Like I know it's like casual, but I think we would learn much faster if we like actually tried. Another big part about this is like sobriety. Drawing is like impossible when I'm under the influence of other stuff, specifically alcohol. But if I were to say smoke weed, some people think that it makes them more creative and more artistic. Honestly, it makes me not do anything because I'm just smoking all the time. It's like, why would I smoke and then draw when I can just draw for twice as long instead of smoking? So now I'm on this one. It says down here, number 1 and 2 appear flat. By the symmetrical divisions, the ball appears solid. Also, many positions are established, though the outline of the ball does not change. So I have to make a couple more circles. I'm like literally about to take my shirt off because it's so hot. But maybe I won't do that until a couple videos deep. It's like, I'm sorry, it's too hot. I'm taking the shirt off. Whew. Besides, we're going to be figure drawing, and by that time I'll be modeling. And it won't matter, because everyone will see me naked. So, we're doing this one now. Just try to be really light to the touch. That's the midline, and then this is the horizontal line. I mean, they're not perfect, but they're pretty good. If I were even... This isn't even with shading. Like, they have no shadow, and they're looking kind of pretty three-dimensional. We're up to this one now. Moving right along. You just do like a quick little swipe, a little swipe, a little swipe. Like, what was I trying to say before? It's like... Don't go crazy over like, oh my god, is that line in the right spot? But at the same time, like, if you're not careful with your lines, it's gonna be a mess. So just play around with that. He has these little spikes up on the top and bottom, just so I know. Did I just do this one? I just did this one. Did I skip? No, I did that one too. Oh well. So I'm changing my mind. And it's like what he said earlier. If you overlap it, then with darker lines, then your mess ups aren't even really there anymore. So why am I getting so confused? Which one am I drawing? This one? Ha! Sorry. Let's make this one a little darker here and here. And then it goes like this. And then it goes like this. Also, I have done this a couple times, so don't expect yourself to be perfect the first time you try it. I'm going over this one in pen just to show you kind of what I meant before. And then it goes through like this. Ha ha ha, that is football. But hey, we're learning. I just did this one, and now we'll do here. And if you're like, oh my god, why are we just having a video about drawing circles? It's like, if this is too easy for you, maybe you should go on to my next video, which will be there tomorrow. But It's like Mr. Miyagi. You got to do the basics, and the better you are at the basics, um, the better your drawing will be. And it'll be so effortless. I mean, obviously, if you want to do something good, you got to put effort into it. But that's like the joy. Do 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 do. That's a weird one. They look so similar to each other that I'm like getting mixed up at what I'm looking at. That's why I'm pointing to it with my finger. La 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 la. Fill up a couple pages with circles, you know? You don't have to copy exactly what's in the book. In fact, it tells you to try it yourself without the book. He's like, I mean, you'll see. Now on to the last one. You'll start getting faster and more confident with your circles. They'll be rounder. And you'll get better at drawing without the underneath lines being like so off. You know. Do 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 do. Again, they don't have to be perfect, but you get the idea. These are spheres. They're not just circles. That's probably the best one. I don't know. They started out good, but then I think a couple of the ones on the end were a little harder. But if you can draw a circle, that's like almost all of the work is done already. So this is how we use the ball. The ball will show us the construction of any pose. So his other book, this is what I mentioned earlier. So we're going to do it too, but let's do it in green. Let's do it in green. And then I also have a black colored pencil if I want to do a little more like blocking in. So you start with a circle. Again, don't gotta be perfect, everybody. And then you divide it here. I'm drawing this one, obviously. Not obviously, but you know, I'm just letting you know. And then he teaches you to draw like a little circle, but you can't really see it. Do 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 do. Drop that down. Eye line. Nose line. Do 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 do. I mean, clearly, I'm not the best, but I put that a little too low. Oh well. And then the ear goes here. Cranium. La 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 la. And now I'm going to use the black one to draw in what I like. And I will leave out what I don't like. That's how it works, everybody. It's really that simple. And that's the lip. That's the do-do-do. We've got the nose and the eyes up here. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. I'm like really not good at drawing dashed lines, but I'm getting better. Because my dashed lines were like and you need to make your dashed lines like this. So, patience, be patient, you know. You can't rush a drawing. You can draw fast, but that's different from rushing. If you try to rush, it'll just like come out bad. So now we're going to do this one. Start with the circle. Always start with the circle, starting with the circle. Circle, circle, circle. And then we've got like our little pointer line. And then you divide it up that way and divide it up that way, that way. So that's the underlying thing. It would probably be close to this one, but it's turned. So anyways, that's probably the next. Oh, this one's kind of close. But, you know, we're using the same balls. And then he teaches you in the other book, like, how to construct the face. And you've got the brow line. A little closer up is the hairline. Drop it down is the nose line. And then finishing up is the chin. And then you fill in the face a little bit. And the ear goes. You draw a little circle. And then the ear. And once you, here's the glabella. I have done a little anatomy practice, so if you don't understand a word that I'm saying, look it up. Just kidding. Ask me in the comments and I'll tell you exactly what I mean. So now we're going to do exactly what we did on this one, where we go over with what we want to keep and we leave out what we don't want to keep. Do, 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 do. And so that's the nose line, that's the brow line, that's the superior temporal line, chin, cheekbone, la 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 da 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 da. I want to give him a little smiley. He's smiling now, everybody. I changed it from what was in the book. Somebody call the police. Just kidding. Please don't. I don't like them. Do 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 do. He's like looking down a little bit. Okay, I mean it's not perfect, but you can see how that's kind of the same, right? You know. Oh, I forgot that part. Now it's better. I was like, something's off. He even includes the hair a little bit. So, how long did that take? That didn't take very long. Where are we in the video? We got 20 minutes left in class, everybody. I'm cutting it off at an hour long. We're going to do this last one, and then we're going to change color for those down there. So, let's keep going. Sorry if I'm talking weird. I'm a weird person. As a person who did live in Austin, Texas, I'm allowed to say the phrase, keep it weird. Although I was teaching children art while I was there, and I don't remember if they would call me weird, if I would call them. I would encourage them to be weird, and I would say, keep it weird. And they didn't know the phrase. I was like, don't your parents teach you anything? You're living in Austin. But Austin changed a lot while I was there. You know, it went from being all the artsy people, but then it got gentrified, and people said that they fled back to California because they couldn't afford to live anymore. But I'm like, what? California's expensive too. So, this circle, again, it's probably closest to this one. But it's, you know, this one maybe. You start to get the, you know, the hang of it. And then I might have done that a little too much. Oh well. So, you find the point in between the eye on the brow line and you drop it down. And there's 4 lines. There's the top of the head and the brow line. Kind of in between that is the hairline. And then underneath the brow line is the nose line. And your last thing is the chin line. So those are the 4 points. Chin, nose, brow, hairline, and then top of the head. It seems like a lot, but the more you do it, the less you think about it. So, kind of going to, what do I want to do now? Drawing in the glabella, that's the glabella, I keep telling you guys. The glabella totally helps with drawing the nose. It's like connected to everything. Ooh, this is a weird perspective. We got like totally different face right now. Oh, no, I might have messed this one up a little bit. We'll see when I ink it in with my colored pencil. I didn't mean to say ink, but you know. But once you understand what he means about construction lines, you can follow along the drawing, and when he says the principles are universal, he means them. Like if I'm copying this drawing, and if you're copying this drawing, start with the ball. Don't just draw the lines, because that's the opposite of what he said in the beginning, you know? If you start with the top of the drawing, you know, this Bluth guy, you didn't just start drawing the eyes and the nose and the ears, you know, you start with the circle and you divide it up and you construct it. So let's see if that worked. The ball will show us the construction in any pose. And he means that any pose. Any pose. Okay, so you start with the midline always. I mean, do you. Maybe you'll find a better way to do things. I'll never, you know, stop someone from experimenting. But with that being said, in my opinion, this is the right way to do it. So it would be, I mean, not the right way, but it's like, if I'm going to teach you how to play the piano, I'm going to teach you how to use all 10 fingers. If you're playing piano and you're only using 2 fingers, you're doing it wrong. But you're not. You know, obviously, there's a way to do things. And I don't know. Teachers are like, this is the way I do it. This is what works for me. Try it out. I don't know. So anyways. I might have messed up the nose a little bit. That's why I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing. Kinda. I mean, I did try these out a couple of times, so this isn't actually my first time drawing every single one of these, but when I get further into the book, like, I'll be doing it for the first time with you guys. You'll see, because I'll stop. I haven't gotten, like, to chapter 2 even. I figured I would start doing it with you guys. Okay, so I mean, that one's not the best. Is it? I don't know. I want to start, like, shading it, but you know, that's where the eyes would go, and the nose, and the lips, and the cheeks, the neck, and oh, I forgot the hairline again. The ears could have been tilted more. Let's see, what else? Don't be hypercritical, but what would I do after class? What's the word? You got to do like an analysis or critique, constructive critique. That was one of the most important things of class, was after we were done drawing our portraits, we would walk around the class and look at everyone else's work and then give comments to each other. And the kids were so nice to each other. It was really cute. So, getting back to the book, simple forms. Out of focus again, but I don't think we're going to get perfect. I just need a better camera. Simple forms. I'm going to draw again, so I'm not changing the camera. Or simple forms, comma, our building blocks. So these are our building blocks, everybody. Get your pencils. Telling us this book is not just to be read out loud. It's supposed to be done with a paper and pencil. So, how do I want to do this? Let's draw the flat square right there. Flat, flat. Ugh, the air conditioner turned on, thank God. So, that's a flat square. I'm going to draw it just like that. Flat, flat, flat. And then it says flats. You know, it's funny. I shouldn't be going back in the book, but oh well. I did do this already, but I'm doing it again, just for you guys, and maybe I'll be better at it this time. So now I'm doing do 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 do. I did go to art school. I went to LaGuardia High School for visual design. Um, but I was so intimidated that I never really got good because all of my other friends were like so good and they kept notebooks and I didn't keep a notebook, so I never, keep a notebook, everybody, and draw in it all the time, like 5 minutes a day. You don't gotta go cray, but the reason I told you guys that I went to art school was because for the audition process in my portfolio, um, some of my most professional drawings was like a cube or a sphere or a cone or a ribbon. Um, and those are just things that I had an art teacher before that. Before high school, I did have an art class. And she taught us out of drawing on the right side of the brain. So I had a pretty good foundation, and I think that's one of the only reasons why I got into LaGuardia. Because, yes, I mean, don't compare yourself to other people, but like, I don't know. I don't think I was very. I mean, don't beat your. One of my favorite phrases: "If you're gonna beat yourself up, do it with a feather." So, haha, isn't that funny? Now we're getting into like uh, cylinder. Here's another flat. And now it's a pyramid. And a round pyramid is a cone. I'm running out of space. Uh-oh. Let's do some more up here now. Here is a flat egg. And then if you have lines on it, it's no longer flat. Isn't drawing fun? I'll try to draw darker. La la, that's just that one. Now let's draw this one. Do 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 do. That's that. I ran out of space, so I gotta turn my page, everybody. Also, always remember to sign and date your work. I will go back into the book and do that at the end of the video, maybe. Or, yeah. We'll work on what class work is. I really want to do this live, but it's like the stream wasn't working, and I'm pissed because it took me forever to set up. And then now I'm doing this, and then it didn't freaking work. So I was like, do I need a better camera? Do I need a better computer? Is it because I was using two cameras or because I was using OBS? Like, I want to stream on YouTube, but the YouTube live stream doesn't have a split camera option unless it does. So rather than miss a day of art class, I decided this one just wouldn't be live. And we've only got 10 minutes left anyway. But I'm having so much fun. I want to have a 2-hour class. Maybe one day, but no. No, no. Now I'm doing this. It's like a table or something. Like, that's like a house with a tree. That's like a chair. I guess he's trying to show us that simple constructions. And now let's draw this little guy. I don't even know if I can. Do 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 do. He's sitting. That's his body. That's his feet. And he's holding a newspaper. It could be a her, but it kind of looks like a he. My pronouns personally, I identify as non-binary. That hasn't come up yet, but he, her, she. My goodness, I was a girly boy. La 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 la. And then I guess I can ink it in. a little more because I was insecure about my lines. Do, 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 do. And now he's got a cute little hat. Let's draw the newspaper. It's literally just rectangles, but I'm calling it a newspaper. Sorry, I'm covering the drawing with my hand. You gotta see what I'm doing. So I gotta draw from an angle. This is easy. Just kidding. Eventually, I guess I'll have like an easel, and I can stand up and draw for you guys while I do this. And he's sitting on like a little ottoman stool, and then he's got like a little wolf dog next to him. It's very cute. The ears and the eyes and the nose and the mouth. I mean, there's no mouth. Okay, finally. I mean, I'm excited to move on. This drawing took a little bit of time. You can barely even see what I'm doing. I gotta go bigger. Sorry, everybody. But it's our first class. It's not actually our first class, but it's our first class doing this book, so. Ta-da! Basic shapes. I mean, it's not impossible. So, part 1. Oh my god, we're up to part 1, everybody. Yay! So excited. How to draw funny faces. Yay! We're going to end the video on something fun. This is what I said before. Brow line, eye line, middle line. Mr. Bluth, what are you going to tell us? Get a pencil and paper quickly. Draw lightly. All you see printed in blue. Take one stage at a time on one drawing until the last stage. Then finish with strong lines over the light ones. The lines we have printed in black. That is all there is to learn. These are selected or built in from the basic forms. I call the basic drawings Blooks after myself. Mr. Bluke, not Andrew Loomis. I could have zoomed in so you could read with me, but I just wanted to get through it real quick because we're out of time. So, oh my goodness, we're going to finish this page and then maybe that one, but we've got 8 minutes, oh my goodness. Here we go. I promised you that all you need to know. I promised you that all you need to know to start this book is how to draw a lopsided ball. Whatever shape you draw can be used as a foundation or a funny face. Do the best you can, even if the ball looks like a potato. Ha! More like a potato. So, we've got pretty good, not bad, still hope. Let's do a pretty good. And then this one's a not bad. I want to make the not bad one a little better because I was like pretty bad. Okay, so we've got our 3 circles. And then you divide that in half. Divide the ball any way you wish. Add the nose in the middle. Then add cross lines above and below the nose. Turn the ball if desired. Do 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 do. That was pretty easy. Now let's get in a little closer. Just a little closer. That was a lot closer, but it's still better. Good, good, good. Now you can actually read the words if you wanted. So, you can even, I mean, honestly, like, the way I was doing it before, it was I was drawing a circle, then I was drawing a circle and drawing these lines, then I was drawing the circle and those lines, and then stuff on top. But you don't need to have, that would have like 1, 2, I would have so many. Anyways, I'm just not going to do it that way. So anyways, we already have our setup for that thing. Add the eyes, ears, mouth, brows, nose, whatever. Attach a couple balls for cheeks, draw lightly, then select the lines you want and draw in heavily. So, here's an eye. He said draw eyes. The ears go over here. Oh, you know what? I mean, these are like barely any lines at all. He really teaches you like the bare minimum of how to draw. It's awesome. Do 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 do. Did you follow along? I mean, I told you what I was gonna do and then I did it. So that's kind of how drawing works. Now let's draw this guy. Again, same thing. I, I. I'm gonna clean up the nose a little bit. Do do. We've got the mouth and big old cheeks and a chin, and here we go. I didn't do the ears yet. I don't know if I should do them in the beginning or in the end. It doesn't really matter. Some more hair. That one doesn't even have eyebrows, but that one does. Oh well, I'm not going to add it in until I'm down there. Ugh, my legs are falling asleep. Now let's do this one. So we've got some eyes, and we've got like a little nose lines here. Cheeks again. It's the same guy. It's like not a surprise anymore after you do it a couple times. You know? Do do. I put them too close together. They're touching. Ha ha. Well, I think I made them a little too thin, so I brought it out a little bit. All right. So we now have the three faces. This is building. Isn't it simple? Build your own. You need not copy. So before I build my own, I could use a pen, but I kind of just like, I don't know. Do I want to use a pen or a pencil? I'll use a pen. I don't know why I'm having trouble deciding whether I want to do a pen or a pencil. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop. Actually, you know what? I like the pen because when I was drawing my dark lines, I was having to press like really hard and it was making my hand hurt. If you draw a lot, rest your hand or figure out how to hold it as relaxed as possible because, you know, if you like drawing, you can draw for hours and hours and hours and hours. Like, I'm addicted to drawing. Hi, my name's Jason. I'm an alcoholic and an addict. I'm addicted to drawing. But like also I'm an alcoholic and I don't drink anymore. I go to AA every single day. So if you're struggling with drinking, first pick up a pencil and start drawing. But also go to an AA meeting because they will really help you out. But it's not magic, you know. You got to work at it. But yes, this is what I'm doing instead of smoking weed, everybody. So, like, when I smoke weed, all I do is hang out and smoke weed. But when I don't smoke weed, I'm productive and I do things that, you know, gain experience, you know? Like, if I were to draw every day, by the end of the week, I would have a ton of drawings. But if I smoke every day, all I have is an empty bank account because I spend all my money on weed. So we built a face. I don't know if I really like the way his eyes are. I'm going to go over them a little more. But like, that's a man. You can tell that that's a man. That was fun and easy. That was so easy. All right, we've got 2 minutes. Let's go quick. I'm just going to do it a little faster now. We've got the eyes again. This really weird, giant, singular eyebrow. The nose. And... do. It's really taking the mystery out because, like, I feel like I'm almost tracing. Like, you know when you use tracing paper and you have a good drawing and you're like, oh man, that's good, but I cheated? That's what this feels like because I'm just drawing over an easier drawing and I'm making it a little more complicated. So You build, when he says building is so easy and important, like, building is so easy and important. It's like, imagine trying to build a house and starting with the roof. Like, you're dumb. Haha, that's a great analogy. I love it. He talked about trying to draw a car and starting with the steering wheel, but I like my house analogy better. Do do. Andrew Loomis is credited for making the best book of all time, but I want to be credited with making the most artists of all time. Like, by the time I'm dead, I want drawing to be a common activity that, like, pretty much anyone can do. Dude, especially because the machines are taking our jobs away. So we gotta do something else with our lives. Like art and music. Okay, that's my second guy. It's pretty close to the book. Sorry, I should have the book on camera. And then now let's finish up real quickly. These eyes are just black dots. I don't even have to do anything. That's so simple. Do 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 do. And literally, we just did circles and eggs. Like, practice your circles, and they will make your drawings so much better. This guy does not have a mustache, but he's got like really big eyebrows for some reason. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, I'm so sad class is ending. I want to go for even longer, everybody. I'm having so much fun. But I can't do the whole book in one day. We'll do little installations. Do 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 do. This is so fun. I'm like literally having such a good time with you guys. La 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 la. And then we've got a little corncob pipe. The first time I saw this, I was like, oh my god. That's from my childhood. I haven't seen someone smoke a corncob pipe. Kids these days would only know it from like Frosty the Snowman. Do 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 do. Focus my camera. So I put those two a little too close together. I wish I hadn't, but you know, practice for next time. Actually, you know what would be good is if I split the faces up by putting a little red around them. La 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 la. This is a great way to make your drawings pop, is if you give them a background. And I don't remember what book it was. I guess Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, but like negative space. A big part of drawing is putting in the background. You know, you'll start to understand that once you're more familiar with your own work. But that's the difference between like a beginner artist and a senior artist. So that was so much fun and so easy. And class is over. You're dismissed. Everybody go home. No, I'm kidding. We'll start here tomorrow. You know, we can literally. It says, I'll read a little bit more. The fun, I'm so excited to be doing this with you guys, everybody. Like, you don't even know. The fun starts. The big idea is to start with a form, then to develop other forms on it. Build, love that word, build your final lines in by selection, eliminating the lines you do not use. I leave mine in to show how it's done. I love leaving my construction lines in. This is what I was talking about before. When you see animators like in the workroom and you see, you know, when I see Ariel or the Beast or Aladdin or Stitch and you see the construction lines on stuff like that, I mean, honestly, like really quickly, because I have this memorized, I'm going to show you that this information translates. Like, this is gonna be character. I don't know. I showed you earlier. You start with a circle, and then you divide it up like that. Exactly the way that it tells you to do in this book. here's the great thing is you draw in a circle over here and a circle over here. Are you guys starting to recognize who I'm drawing? The hat is really big here. We've got one eye, another eye. The muzzle is a circle. And then the nose is a circle. La 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 la. The video online is like a 16-minute video, so I'm not gonna like kill you like he does. What else? We've got this thing over here is his little cheeks. Are you starting to recognize the person or animal? And then starting over here, do 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 do, and now he's wearing a hat, and it goes up like this and down like this. Now I'm starting to get a little more serious. Do 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 do. Little stars. I love this character. It's a Mickey Mouse. Do 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 do. That's it. I'm ready for my ink. I'm ready for my ink, everybody. Wasn't that fun and easy? I love that we're using the information that we learned from this book to draw a Mickey Mouse. Okay, so I've got my construction lines in place, and now I'm going to start with this eye. And now I'm going to draw that eye, and the top of his muzzle, his nose, and his eyes with a little kind of half moon in the end, just so that it looks like it pops a little more. And then what else? What else? So we've got his smile. Do 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 do. Oh my goodness! I just heard a sound. Oh goodness! I thought the stream shut off. I was gonna be upset. Not really, but you know. And the hat. It's got like wrinkles in it, but I'm not drawing all of the wrinkles right now. La 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 la. I love looking back in my notebook and seeing all of the drawings that I did with you guys. It just like makes me happy. It shut off. It stopped. Did I run out of time? It's still recording. I'm so pissed. Okay, everybody. Well, I'll add a picture of my Mickey Mouse, but I think class ended. So I'm going to finish drawing, and I'm going to finish the Mickey Mouse, but I was literally like about to end the video. So that's freaking hilarious. And next time I'll make sure there's more space on the computer. But I mean, what else? What else can I say? It says it's still recording, and I see my mouth, and I see that the audio is still going. So for another 10 seconds, I'm finishing my Mickey Mouse, and it was actually a really good one. So I'm kind of pissed that you guys can't enjoy it with me. But that was the end of class. It was supposed to be an hour, and we went over, and next time we'll start with the fun right in the beginning, you know? We got through the hard part. So, love you guys. Have a great day, night, whenever it is you're watching this. Remember, pick up a pencil and have fun. See you next time. Oh, you can still see me up here. The video is still going, but for some reason, my desktop stopped working. So, like, freaking, that stinks. But here is my Mickey Mouse. Yay, that was so fun. And these are Mr. Bluth's These are our basic forms up here, basic forms. And then we drew the faces, the circles, more flat forms and stuff. Was that it? That's all we did today. So we literally just drew like 4 pages. And it took a whole hour to do that. But we were reading from the book, and once again, Fun with a Pencil by Andrew Loomis, How Everybody Can Easily Learn How to Draw. It is the best book. Best book. Best book. Actually, it's not. His other book, Drawing the Face and Hands, is like my main goal. But drawing my face and drawing Mr. Bluth's face is the exact same construction. It's pretty much exactly the same construction. And that's something that I learned when I was drawing people. It's like you start with the skull, then you do the planes. What am I trying to say? Do 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 do. Same thing. Oh, I can't freaking show you anymore. You start with a circle that's really light, then you do a circle with the construction lines, then you learn how to do the skull. Sorry, I wish I didn't have to flip around. I'm going to have to put more markers in my book. And I did the same thing here. Circle, lines, and then I did the skull. The next thing is the planes of the face. And then after that is the muscles, and then it's the people, which I started actually practicing drawing people. And it's the same. You do the construction lines, you build the house from the floor, and then you do the roof last. So it's like drawing a face. If you want to do the features, it's like laying a sheet over a bed. It's like, the last thing, but you still need the bed frame. So yeah, I love drawing so much. It's so fun. Art class is fun. We're trying to build a community of more artists. Learn how to draw and then teach other people how to draw. Show them how easy it is. Show them how fun it is. We're not living in the world where you have to hide knowledge from each other, It's like if I learned how to make gold, I would tell everyone how to make gold, and then we could all have gold. I wouldn't be the only one who's like, oh, I've got all the gold and no one else can have it. That wouldn't make me happy. If I wanted to learn how to play guitar, you want to be able to play with other people. Wouldn't it be fun to harmonize with someone instead of being like, oh, I'm the only one who can play and everyone else to listen to me? It's like you can have fun together. So that's the plan. I want to draw you. I want you to draw me. I want us to draw each other. Drawing is a money-making skill. Not to make it all about money, but sometimes it is. Have fun first, but then you'll find out that you can make money with it. So ending on a positive note, I'm going to play this back and skip around. But yeah, we're going to do this every day until we're through the book. And by the time we're done, both of us are going to be really good at drawing. So again, kisses, love you, practice, practice, practice. But to me, drawing is like breathing. It's like I don't have to practice breathing. I just do it. So it's like if I want to tell you to get good at walking, I wouldn't say practice walking. I would just say go for a walk. So, draw. I'm so bad at goodbyes. Bye! See you next time.